Hello and welcome back to the Junkie podcast. My name is Amber. I'm coming to you from my home in Texas where I live with my husband, our 3 daughters, and many pets. Just a little side tangent. This is mostly a knitting, crochet, fiber podcast, but I always talk about my pets, and one of them is not doing so great right now. Suki is actually at the vet in the hospital. She's got parvovirus. It sucks. Everyone's been sick in my family. We went to New Mexico for Christmas, and then while we were there, I usually get altitude sickness, kind of minor. I drink a lot of water to combat it, and this was way worse. Like, I knew it wasn't just altitude sickness, and then by day two or three, I was like, I'm sick. I'm sick. This is sucky because I never went skiing. The older girls and Tim went skiing. I stayed home with the baby and just snuggled on the couch. Basically slept all of Christmas Eve. Kind of got up and did presents a little bit. But yeah, I didn't do as much as I usually do when we go to New Mexico because I just laid around sick the whole time. And when we got back, I was still sick. I am pretty positive it was COVID. I had all the symptoms except loss of taste and smell. It was just no good. But I'm on the mend now. I have been for a couple of weeks. The 2 older girls missed a day of school this week due to like a stomach upset or just being generally kind of sick, but not wholly sick, but they stayed home from school. And then our school in our district has made the decision to close because apparently it's going around. Lots of kids are sick, lots of teachers are sick, so they've just made the decision to cancel school. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of getting those like 2020 spring break vibes of are they ever gonna go back? But hopefully it's just two days, let them get everything cleaned up and back on track. But they're home today. It's Friday, January 14th. And yeah, it's just been a whirlwind of traveling and then sickness running rampant throughout my family, including my pets. So y'all, please send some positive vibes my way about Suki, and hopefully she'll be home. They originally quoted me she'd be in the hospital like 2 days, and I dropped her off Wednesday. Today's Friday, but I would rather just leave her there. She's still not intaking fluids or food, and she's getting IV fluids, and so I'd rather leave her there in vet care and have her best chance than bring her home too early. So she'll probably still be in the hospital at least a day or two before she's home. But y'all, that's my little baby. Y'all saw her last podcast, and I've been pretty bad off without her. I know I have other pets. I love my other pets, but this one's kind of super. They all become special to you. It's like you can't compare your love for your kids or your pets. They just become a part of your family. So I digress. I'll jump into the knitting. I didn't work on this too much, but I did want to show you guys because I did put some progress on it. But this is my Saldonta, Christmas Saldonta. And this is a Caitlin Hunter pattern. And I was just barely incorporating the green last time. And now I'm well on my way sailing on Body Island. But yeah, I love this. I probably will just take it out intermittently, honestly, throughout the year and work on it and then have it completed by next Christmas. So y'all probably won't see this a ton unless I get it out and make a ton of progress on it. But this will just kind of sit on the back burner for now. I do wish I would have used, I think, a different color than the white because I don't know, maybe once it's all done it will meld together more. But I am running low on the red, and I'm using the red for my fleece stitch. So they look like little mushrooms. Oh my gosh, look. But instead of doing the ribbing at the bottom with the color work like the pattern calls for, I'll probably just end it in the green, this main body here. That way I have enough red for the sleeves because it's just like ribbing right here now. So, but I love it. It's so squishy. I'm kind of sad to kind of put it away, but it's Christmassy and I have other things I want to knit right now. So that's going on the back burner. And I did start another Christmas sweater right before we left on our trip, I think, and this is what I mostly knit on the way to New Mexico. We got there in pretty record time. I think last time I mentioned it takes us about 12 hours. It doesn't. It's like an 8-hour drive with stops. It's about 10, depending on how many times you stop, how long you're stopped. We travel with pets, so it can get dicey, and I'm almost certain that's probably where Siki picked up parvo, which makes me feel even worse because we traveled and she's up to date on her shots, but she still needs that like parvo booster, and it's recommended that you don't like go to dog parks and stuff with a new puppy. And we were traveling at rest stops, and it makes me sick. It makes me sick that it's my fault. It's not my fault, I know, but I digress. I worked on my Christmas Sunset Highway. I showed you guys the yarns, I believe, last time. I had originally planned to knit this for one of the kids, but then I decided I love these colors and the kids are going to outgrow a sweater, and I'll never outgrow this sweater. And so I was going to knit it for me. But I've had all of this yarn in the stash for years. This one here is a Madeline Tosh. I don't even remember the colorway name, but it is this truly like hunter Christmassy green that's just gorgeous. I know it's a cashmere, their cashmere fingering base, as well as this yellow. I know this is Madeline Tosh Daffodil because I have a whole sweater's quantity in it. And these two are going to be the body, and I'm going to alternate them because I don't have enough of one color. But this is a Madeline Tosh. This is one of their like one of a kinds that comes out every so often. It was like a Christmas one a few years ago. I've had it, like I said, in the stash forever. And this was a Cat's Kettle. She's not dying anymore, but it looks similar enough that I can, like, you know, when I'm alternating, that this one will have the speckles and this one won't, obviously. So it'll kind of have subtle stripes, I think. And then this one I just bought. It's a Madeline Tosh. It's a singles, and it has, see that sparkle? You can kind of see it. But, and this is called Berlin. And it's just a beautiful, like, brownish, taupey gold. But this is the progress I made on it on the way to New Mexico. I would have made more progress, but I think after working on the Sodonta for so long, I was just over color work, and I couldn't do color work anymore. I got a few new progress keepers from Sucro Miniature for my birthday because I freaking love them. This one's a little peppermint bark, but I thought that was really cute to put on my Christmas sweater. And that also will have the same fate of the Sodonta and kind of go on the back burner as I want to work on it, as I'll pull it out and kind of put a few stitches on. I'm going to press pause right quick because I forgot to grab something I want to show you guys. So as I was saying, that one will just go on the back burner. I'll get it out and work on it intermittently throughout the year, and hopefully have 2 finished Christmas sweaters by this coming Christmas. So I didn't work at all on the hat that I showed you guys last time for Ruby. I was just, like I mentioned, I was so sick over Christmas. I almost didn't want to knit, but I have to have something to do with my hands, even if I'm laying there feeling like dying. And so I cast on a Christmas sock. I'm so glad I brought this yarn and needles because I just really needed a sock to work on that was mindless, and just so I could just lay there and kind of not think about anything. But this yarn, though it looks Christmassy, is actually Freddy Krueger, and it's by Tumbleweed Yarns, not yards. And I bought this eons ago at a fiber festival, and I'm knitting this on my, I think they're called Flips, Addie Flips, and they're from Addie, and they're just these, I'm sure y'all have seen these by now, kind of double pointed, and then you have a third one that you knit with. I really enjoyed working on this, so much so that I bought some size 4s, and I got Hiya Sharps to do sleeves for my sweaters, for all my fingering eight sweaters that are lacking sleeves. because it just went so much faster than Magic Loop even, or DPNs definitely. I get a lot of ladders when I try to do sleeves on DPNs, so I almost always Magic Loop them, but then I've noticed my tension's a lot tighter on Magic Loop, and I think that I can kind of keep my tension more even when I'm working on these flips. But that reminds me, I did not show you guys, and I have that tucked into this gorgeous, I always take this to New Mexico with me every year. I've had this for a few years now, but this is from Lone Larch. She's not making bags anymore, or podcasting. I miss her. But this is just this gorgeous, like snowy, Christmassy bag. But yeah. Oh, speaking of Magic Loop, I finished my Weekender by Andrea Mallory, and I knit this using Miss Babs Wowza in her colorway Coffee Break, and I did alternate, but you can still kind of see there's a little bit of pulling happening in some places on the sweater. Overall, I'm going to kind of tilt the camera down while I'm talking about it. Overall, I'm super happy with the finished object. I do wish the sleeves would have been a bit longer. I should have knit them longer. I knit the torso longer. Why wouldn't I knit the sleeves longer? And I also wish I wouldn't have done the decreases. I kind of wish I would have just knit it straight and maybe decreased a few stitches at the bottom, just so it's a little bit looser, because the sweater overall is super loose, but then the sleeves are like pretty tight. And I did alternate yarns on the sleeves as well, but again, there's still pulling happening in places, and overall I'm super happy with it though. I probably will cinch up a few more stitches on this neckline just because it shows my bra strap on one side, but I love necklines like this, like boat neck tops. Tim compliments me endlessly anytime I wear this sweater. He really likes the detail down the front that has the slip stitches. And yeah, that is all I have to say about it. I'm gonna press pause while I fix. Okay, that's better angle. Perfect. That way y'all don't have to sit there with me while I adjust the angle. I have really good news. All the sickness in my family running rampant, but I have made quite a bit of progress on Operation Knit the Husband a Sweater. So y'all saw me talk about having to rip it all out and restart and do a lot of math to kind of figure out which size I was going to knit him. But look, I have knit, this is about 10 inches, maybe even like 11 now. But I have put so much work in on this. I knit on it every single day. It's pretty enjoyable to knit. One of my friends, if you're watching, Robin, hi Robin, she was like, I've always wanted to knit a sweater like this, but intense cables. These are not intense cables. They look intense, which is kind of the delight, but it's not intense at all. It's about every 3 rows you're doing a cable, and on one of those 3 rows you do it one way, and on one of those 3 rows you do it the other way. I even messed up, and Tim doesn't care. There's my, can y'all see my boo-boo? Hang on, I'll fold it. Get the right angle so you can see it. See, right down here, when I first started my cables, had an accident and did not mind how I was crossing. I think what I did was held it in front when I was supposed to hold it in back. I think that was my problem. And it's just on that one. That one has a mistake. And I knew it pretty early on, and I was going to rip it back. And Tim was like, no, you've already, gotten so far at this point. And like, he knew I was swatching and like driving myself crazy over getting this right. And he didn't want me to have to rip it out just because of a silly mistake. Now, if I were a better knitter, because at the point I knew it was like right here. If I were a better knitter, I could have like dropped down and re-knit it or fixed it. I don't know how to do that. I need to take a class or something. Watch a tutorial. I don't know. But overall, super happy with this. It has been a labor of love for sure, and I'm in love with it. Another little project keeper I got from Sucra was this little whiskey, because he loves whiskey, and I thought that's just perfect to put on his sweater as I work on it. And yeah, so happy with this. I still have another I think like 10 inches to go before I can start fiddling with the shaping for the shoulders and back, and then knit the sleeves. I can't believe how fast this is going, honestly, because I began this about a week ago. I think it was January 6th, and today's the 14th, so not bad progress at all. But it is kind of cramping my hands a bit to do those stitches and manipulate the yarn. So, and the baby has been begging me to knit her a purple sweater, and I fell in love with the Bean and Olive when Kay of Crazy Sock Lady knit it. And that's this pattern. If you guys haven't seen it, it's by Andrea Mowry. She did it in collaboration with Lolo Bean yarn, I believe, because I think that's Bean, which is Lola's daughter, and Olive is Andrea's daughter. Anyway, I'm knitting that for Ruby, hopefully by Valentine's Day. That's my deadline. That way she can wear it and it can look cute. I am about that far along. I had the ribbing done and I was working on the increases, but I got thrown off because I can't count while people talk to me, and I have a house full of people. So I re-began it, and I'm happier with this because I think I used a different needle to cast on. I think I misread and I was using a 5, because this is definitely a tighter ribbing than what I had going. This yarn I've had in the stash for ages. It's wanted to be a bunch of different things. It's going to be happy into this sweater now. And I'm knitting this. This is going to be the main body, and then this will be the color work. And this is a Spin Cycle. I don't know the colorway. Is this the ball band? That might be. I have another one right here. Nostalgia. And I have enough of this. I'm thinking about ordering, like I don't have enough yarn, but I don't have what I have in mind. I want to do like a light gray base with this for myself, and that way we can have matching but not super matchy sweaters, because hers will be this color, mine will be gray, but we'll have the same color work. I think that will be super cute, but I haven't made a final decision on that yet, because that I definitely won't have me and her sweater knit by this Valentine's Day. I'm just going to concentrate on hers, and that is all I've done with that project. Like I said, I ordered these Hiya Sharps in the size 4. This is my acquisitions, and I'm going to get reacquainted with my shifty sweater. So I told you guys I don't have a lot of yarn for this, and so I'm going to, this is my first ball, 400 grams, the light teal, and I have one more, and so I'm going to knit the sleeves. I have plenty of the contrasting color, but I don't know about the main color of yarn, and so I'm going to knit the sleeves, and then I'm going to finish off the body with the rest of the yarn that I have. I really love it now that I have it like off the needles. I just have it resting on some waste yarn. I haven't put it on, but I think it will fit amazing. I love the texture of this, and I can't wait to start putting more progress in on this. And hopefully the needles will help the sleeves go by faster. I'll definitely report back on that, because sleeves, as y'all know, are kind of my nemesis, and I don't really enjoy knitting sleeves. I'll just cast on a whole nother body of a sweater before I knit sleeves. But that is all that I've been working on. I mentioned that we are sick and that Sicky's in the hospital, and so I think I've caught y'all all up. I'm trying to think. I should have written show notes, but yeah, that's all I have. That's definitely all I have. Thank you so much for joining me. If this is your first time, please hit subscribe, leave me a comment, tell me what you're working on. How was your holiday? I hope everyone stayed well and y'all's families, because it's rough out there, guys. Everyone's sick. Everyone's sick. Wash your hands, eat good food, and take your vitamins. But yeah, I'll see you guys hopefully in a week. It might be 2. I just don't, there's a lot going on. My mom's birthday is tomorrow. I'll talk about that right quick. Oh, I can't show you guys or tell you guys, but I have a surprise to talk about. It's not my surprise. It's someone I know's surprise, and that's why I can't talk about it. But there's an exciting thing happening in my life that I'm super excited to share with you guys that will definitely entail knitting, which some people are like, ding, got it. We gotcha. But yeah, I'm super excited about that, and I have a couple of projects swimming in my brain, and I want to share with you guys, but I have to wait. I have to wait just a little bit longer. Yeah, won't share that. But okay, this was my point. My mom's birthday's tomorrow. I am going to go meet up with my sister, and we're going to go to lunch and also go shopping at Goodwill, because that's something my mom loved to do and passed down to me, and I'm definitely passing down to my kids. You can find some amazing things at Goodwill. I found these. Freaking love them. These are LL Bean, which are about $100 online. I got them for $3, and they're my size, and they were brand new. So Goodwill for the win. And I'm excited about seeing my sister, because it's definitely been a while since we've hung out, and she hasn't seen the girls in a while either. So yay for sister time, and until next time, guys, thanks for tuning in. Bye.